Great question here, talking about should you get lessons from people only with launch monitors? He's saying he has to travel further to find one, so should he do that, or is he all right without one? Should we give it an answer? Mark Crosswood here. This is the Q&A channel. If you're not subscribed already, you're probably used to seeing me on my other channel. This is actually my Q&A channel, different channel, just to go and answer your questions quick fire, so we can get through helping as many golfers as we can, rather than chasing the daft YouTube algorithm, which is where most people are interested, it seems. So if it's a swing lesson, you want to try and change something in your swing. Look, you can do it without a launch monitor and without knowing the ability you are. Not that really affects it, to be fair, but kind of how blatantly obvious your faults are or not. You can improve without a launch monitor, and there's loads of good pros probably doing it without a launch monitor. Me personally, I wouldn't have a lesson without confirmation from a launch monitor, and I wouldn't advise any of my close friends or family to do the same. All I want them to get, and for me when I'm using it, say here, is quantification of what I think is happening is actually happening. Then what does that do to the ball? And that makes me feel like I'm in the driving seat. It makes me feel like I've got control over what's happening. Generally speaking, if I just stand on a range and I work purely only with feel, yeah, you can get it functional, you can get it to work, and there's times to do that. But what happens is I find people break down loads quicker because they're tending to work on the batch, or like people work a little bit in this idea. Let's say you only ever practice hitting 10 shots. So you're hitting balls and you're out there hitting shots, but you only ever hit 10 in each practice session. So practice session number 1, what happens is you're thinking of X4 and you hit 8 good shots out of 10. So you're instantly going to think, there's my fort, that's my fort, that's worked, I've conquered golf. Now the same person who's doing 10 shots on their practice area, but they've got a launch monitor and they are measuring and they hit 8 out of 10 decent shots, they're going to go, oh look, those decent shots happened because of X, Y, and Z. I'm not feeling that. How can I get it to repeat? Or they might go, oh look, those shots hit target because I caught them slightly out the heel, so I kind of got a bit lucky. If I go and strike one where I normally strike it, they're going to turn the other way and they'll be in more trouble. So that's not going to sustain. Because the next day, both groups of players go back and they hit another 10 shots with the same fort. And now they only hit 2 good shots out of 10. Because they average out of 20, 10 good shots out of 10. It's just that 8 came from in the first batch and 2 came in the next batch. You see what I mean? Small sample sizes will make you go round and round and round and round and round in circles thinking that, oh, reds is going to pay on the roulette wheel. No, I'm going to do black now. No, oh, black again. Oh, no, I'm going to do red now. It's that kind of idea where if you are monitoring, if you are measuring, let's say I want to get my ball speed up above 160. Well, I'm going to make a swing here to try and get my ball speed above 160. I felt like I've done enough there to get my ball speed to 160. I can see my club head is 111, so this is going to be a push to get to 160 with where I've struck it, and the ball speed to 159. And I can see that I've struck it high on the face. The monitor's showing me that. I felt that a little bit, but it's confirming what I felt, so it allows me to carry on down that road. Speed, I need to get it to 112. Strike needs to be a little bit better. Then I'll hit 160. So whatever swing thought I did, how big a shoulder turn, how I whipped my hips, I can confirm that 160, what I'm trying to get, will come out if I strike it a little better. For me, golf lessons aren't cheap. They can be very expensive. Without quantification of what you're doing is actually the right road to go down, I personally think it is a bit of a waste of money. And remember, that doesn't mean every lesson is on a launch monitor. I will take students that I know what their faults are, we've measured, we've seen what their issues are, we work on these issues, but we also work on them in the real world out on the golf course as well. We want to know how these faults then apply to sloping lies, rough, wind, rain, when they're feeling nervous, when there's trees, when there's open fairway. So we move away from the launch monitor as much as we stay on it, but what we do is keep using it for confirmation. Think of it like an X-ray machine. I think I've broke my arm. I wonder if I have. Doctor thinks it's broken. They X-ray it, don't they? This is just basically an X-ray that you keep using to check if you're in the right place in one piece or not. Oh, will it be 160? I reckon it'll be close, a bit high on the face again. Slightly slower club head speed, like 110. That felt quicker to me. So again, we're quantifying 157. So I need to do the same swing thoughts there, but loads faster than I think. The launch monitor shows me that, and it's the same with face, pass, all those ideas. In my opinion, drive that little bit longer, you'll get a better lesson.